Hi everyone. I want to talk about another vision I had not too long after the first one I shared. So, in this vision, I was walking behind the Lord Jesus. He was walking up a mountain, a volcano, towards a rock, and there was lava flowing around the rock, and I was walking behind him, and he said to stay close to him because he was shielding me from the danger. We got to the rock, and he said, "Look up." And I looked up at the sky, and I saw a bird flying in a blue sky where there was smoke and blue sky. It looked kind of like a vulture or an eagle. And as I looked for a bit longer, after the vulture passed away, a dragon came out of the smoke. Huge dragon. And it flew over us. And I asked Jesus, what is this? And he told me, Satan and his minions are on the move. The world is shifting. And then he told me to read Psalm 91. Which talks about the lion and the serpent. Talks about you will trample the lion and the serpent underfoot. And I asked him, is there a difference between the two? And he said, yes, there are different demonic forces. Some devour, some seduce. All are from Satan. So after that I looked up again to the dragon, and I saw him forming into a circle in the sky. And fiery darts flew out from his body in all directions towards the ground. And Jesus said, it's starting soon. And then the rock we were standing on kind of floated up from the volcano we were on, and a city came into view. And we were looking at this burning city. And I asked him, which city are we looking at, Lord? And he said, this is the city of New York. He said, a time is coming when New York will burn. Actually, at the time I was visiting America, so I was worried it would be then. But he said, no, it won't be while you're there. So then he told me, look up again. And I saw the sky filled with snow and ashes. And I got the feeling that this was around Christmas time. And as I looked, the snow and ashes all began to whirl and whirl and whirl until it became a big storm, a great whirlwind of snow and ashes. And from the center of the storm, lightning was coming down, many flashes of lightning to the ground. And as I watched on, the volcano that we had been standing on erupted, and a great flow of lava went up into the storm, and out of the storm it became this great red face of a woman. With red hair at first. At first the hair was red. I think it was because it was coming from the lava, and I got this sense that it was connected to Jezebel, that there was a Jezebel spirit to her. But as I looked on, the face became more recognizable, and I got the feeling that it was connected to one of the women who leads the EU, either Christine Lagarde, who runs the European Central Bank, or what's her name, Ursula von der Leyen. Yeah, the face looked like them, sort of. And she opened her mouth, and many ballistic missiles, well, I don't want to say ballistic, rocket missiles came forth from her mouth and started descending downwards. And it kind of reminded me of the dragon I had seen before and the fiery darts raining down onto the land. So then the vision went back to New York, and I saw New York besieged by great waves, giant waves. But somehow the city was protected by this kind of white dome over it. There was a white shield kind of protecting it. And even though it was protected from the outside from all these waves, it was still burning from within. And I heard the words Red Dawn over and over. And through all this I heard people singing and praying. And I got the sense that the singing and praying was manifesting this white shield around the city, keeping out the waves, but at the same time it was still burning from within. After this, there were some quicker visions from other places in the world. I got this sense it was other places in the world. I saw a massive bear breaking down trees, standing on its hind legs, and all around it were these deer fleeing away, panicking. And this actually, I knew what this represented because I'd had a vision like this before. This is Russia invading Poland. I'll link the vision that pertains to this in the description or in the comments. And then I saw a great scorpion on Europe, and the scorpion was standing on the United Kingdom, and it stung the mainland of Europe, and it infused the mainland with this kind of green lightning haze. It was like a green mist that like lightning shot across Europe, and it came from this scorpion in the UK. Finally I saw in this green mist a horseman riding around with 2 scales in his hand, and I heard him calling, "Wheat and barley, wheat and barley." And that was the end of the vision. So there's loads in this actually, and I can't really go over all of it. And I don't want to impose my own interpretation, because I just want to faithfully tell everyone what I saw. But I do watch the Last Days channel by Brandon Biggs, so I know some of this stuff ties in with what he said. For example, the scorpion. I know Brandon has talked about the scorpion being King Charles, and I do think that this green lightning mist is a new plague, which is going to start from the UK and spread to Europe. But that's just my interpretation. Yeah, usually the dragon is China, but I don't want to assume that that's always the case. So yeah, there's a lot to think about. So if you have any ideas or interpretation to what all of this means, feel free to leave a comment. And have a blessed day. Yeah, I know it always seems a bit concerning, these visions, but it's in God's hands, and yeah, we're under His protection. So many prayers and blessings to you all, and have a good day.